This time I've got my gloves on, and that's why I told you before. Remember, I used some nice thin gloves so I can use my hands easy. They're kind of nylon on this side, kind of rubbery on this side. They kind of fit fairly tight, so I should be able to work with wire nuts and that kind of stuff. Okay, let's do this one the same way. You look at this, I verify there's only 2 wires from here going over to this light fixture here. Okay, if I undo these 2 wires, I've still got this wire here that's going to kind of be in my way. So I can look at this. I got white and black, and I also got a ground wire this time coming through here. The other box did not have a ground wire. It's got a black wire hooked to it, and they just used that as a feeder, and they screwed it over to the light fixture here. And they figured, okay, let's ground one of the light fixtures. And I don't know, we'll see. See, that's just a ground. That's just hooked to that. Usually this is copper. They didn't have a copper. I mean, it's copper inside, but they just happen to have some black wire. Okay. And so they used that. They didn't strip it off. Okay, so I undo that. Still have my light switch off. Okay. Look over here where these wires are. And I know those 2 wires come straight over, and I can undo these wire nuts here. If I think I can reuse some of the wire nuts, I might do that in a pinch. It's kind of good to use new wire nuts when you can. Okay. I can pull that out of there. Look at this, make sure there's no connection on both of those, which there's not. Okay. This light fixture here is ready to be removed. Rightio. Let's do it. Okay, look for my mounting screws. Get you back here a little bit. Situate myself. I want to undo the ones on the left first so I can hold this to get to the last screw here. You see, I could physically undo, I should be able to undo both of these and have the light fixture still be held up, provided the other screw is holding. If it's stripped, it could fall straight down. Okay. This should come straight down now. There it is. Before I remove the other 2 light fixtures, I'm going to get up here this time. And I could have done this at the very first too. So, I'm just showing you different ways. We're going to take this. This is a surface mounted junction box. It extended the existing boxes up above in the ceiling. Then they screwed this box on. It had a blank space on the back side so that they could pack that full of additional wires. Plus this is surface mounted. So you can take a metal box like that and screw it up to your existing box. You just get the right type. Okay? Just slide that a little bit, and there's a little notch here. I slide that over and pull that off. Okay, now I can kind of look at this. I got lots of wires here in a wire nut, which the wire nut, they might have needed to use a bigger wire nut, but they didn't. You see, this wire nut almost looks a little loose. Okay, I'm looking at that, and like I say, there could be power at this place then going to the light switch, but I don't think that's the case because this is also daisy chained into other things. We saw how those other ones were hooked up, right? Okay, but to be on the safe side, what we can do is we can take this off, and wow, I guess we can't the additional wires are up above. Okay, but I really don't think there's power up here. I'm still going to kind of look at this and see what to do. You know, those two wires go both directions there. And I got a black and white go this way to feed that. And then I've got, let's see here, I've got a black and white that feed that. And then I've got, see, everything, all the white wires were under one wire nut, all the black wires were under one wire nut. I look up in there and take a quick meander. I see these other wires. I could put this on here and check them. You know, with the wire tester, I know there's no power on those. So I know these other wires are not hot. And like I say, you could turn the breaker off too, okay? You could turn the breaker off too if you want. Okay, so this is hooked up with a nut on the back side. This flex has a fitting on it that goes into here. I just have to loosen up on this end. I might have to use a screwdriver and tap it with my hammer. Get back up here. Just tap that. And I can loosen that nut up. Okay, and it's spun. It's spun right off. I'm making a video, Dad.
Hey!
Hey.
Did you call?
No. It spun right off, and then I can pull this end off.
Somebody called.
Okay. See, there's just a little nut here. I'll show you when I pull this down how that worked. Okay. And there's no power to here now, okay? I can do the same thing with this one.
You switched off.